Two men admit to killing taxi driver during 2021 robbery. On Wednesday, Sayan James, known as Lil Alfie, and Kendi Bacchus, referred to as Trini, pleaded guilty to the murder of taxi driver Kenrick Trim during a robbery in 2021. They appeared before Chief Justice A.G. Navindra Singh at the Demerara High Court. The fatal incident occurred on June 30, 2021, when the 53-year-old resident of Belfield housing scheme was attacked. State Prosecutor Geneva Wills is leading the prosecution's case, with assistance from attorneys Christopher Belfield and Simran Gujraj. Bacchus is represented by attorney-at-law Audriana Stevens, while Glendon Greenidge represents James. According to the agreed facts presented in court, the two men hailed Trim's taxi, with registration HC 5311, outside Beacon Cafe on Carmichael Street, Georgetown. Once inside, they overpowered Trim, choking him before James inflicted multiple stab wounds. Trim's body was later discovered dumped in bushy terrain behind Prattoville, Ogle, on the east coast of Demerara. Investigators were able to connect the suspects to the crime after gathering intelligence that led them to Bacchus, who was allegedly found in possession of Trim's cell phone. During a video and audio-recorded interview, Bacchus reportedly admitted his involvement and confirmed that he and James were the individuals captured on CCTV footage shown to him by the police. The case has now entered the sentencing phase, with Bacchus scheduled to be sentenced on December 16th and James on December 17th. Woman arrested after alleged assault on police officer in Lusignan. A 36-year-old woman from Good Hope has been arrested and placed on station bail following a late-night disturbance that escalated into an alleged assault on a senior police officer. According to police reports, officers responded to complaints of disorderly behavior at a private school in Lusignan around 7:30 p.m. on Thursday. Upon arrival, they found the woman armed with a baseball bat, confronting two individuals on the property. After being warned about her actions, she left the scene. The two individuals involved a 34-year-old businessman from Annandale West and a 23-year-old woman from Lusignan. Later reported the incident to the Lusignan police outpost. While the police were addressing their complaint, the woman allegedly returned to the same location and continued her disorderly conduct. Police ranks were called back, and as they attempted to arrest her, she reportedly resisted and assaulted a police inspector, causing injuries and damaging the officer's uniform. Additional police support was summoned, and the suspect was eventually subdued, arrested, and detained at the police outpost. The injured inspector was given medical attention and treated for her injuries. The suspect has since been granted station bail and is scheduled to appear before the Vigilance Magistrates Court on Monday, December 8, 2025. She faces multiple charges, including abusive language, disorderly behavior, assault, damage to property, assault causing bodily harm, and resisting arrest. Investigations into the incident are ongoing. West Coast Burbus man convicted of mother's murder. Dionarine Dukhu, also known as Dinesh, has been convicted of murdering his mother, Teshwati Jaglal, in an incident that occurred in 2021. The verdict was delivered by Justice Sandal Kissoon at the Burbus High Court. The court heard that Dukhu killed his mother, affectionately known as Babwa, between June 30th and July 1st, 2021, at her residence located at Lot 4, Number 3 Village, West Coast Burbus. During the trial, multiple witnesses, including police officers, provided evidence regarding the day her body was discovered. At the time of the incident, Dukhu was living with his two children and Jaglal. Testimony revealed that Dukhu had a history of alcohol abuse and would become irritable when confronted by his mother about his drinking habits. On the night before the murder, after consuming alcohol, he allegedly assaulted her during an argument. Evidence presented in court suggested that Dukhu attacked his mother with a cutlass, leading to her fatal injuries. A 12-member jury listened to the testimonies and found him guilty. Justice Kissoon has scheduled sentencing for January 6, 2026, during which Duku is expected to face a lengthy prison term. The state was represented by Cecilia Corbin, while attorney Surya Sabsuk defended Duku. Guyana police force to digitize reporting system in major modernization effort. In a significant move toward modernization, Commissioner of Police Clifton Hicken announced on Friday that all ranks in the Guyana police force will soon transition to electronic reporting. This initiative aims to enhance accuracy and efficiency in processing information within the force. Speaking at the force's annual Christmas Awards ceremony, Hicken stated, "The force is currently undergoing a process of digitization, and even the most junior ranks will be taking reports via computers. This will improve the accuracy of information significantly." The new digital reporting system is designed to reduce the reliance on paperwork, streamline processes, and ensure better accountability within the force. Hicken emphasized that the initiative is part of a larger strategy to integrate technological adaptability into the police operations. The system is expected to be fully operational within 6 to 10 months and will play a crucial role in the force's strategic plan for 2027 to 2031. This is about modernizing the Guyana police force so it can evolve with the pace and ambition of a modern nation, Hicken remarked, highlighting the need for the police force to keep up with contemporary demands. The digital transition is anticipated to enhance service delivery to the public and improve overall efficiency within the police department. Guyana police force reports 61.7% crime clear-up rate in 2025. The Guyana police force, GPF, has announced an impressive 61.7% clear-up rate for crimes in 2025, highlighting their commitment to proactive and intelligence-led policing. Additionally, the GPF recorded a significant 25.2% reduction in serious crimes throughout the year. Commissioner of Police Clifton Hicken made this announcement during the GPF's annual Christmas Awards ceremony held on Friday, where officers from all 12 policing divisions were recognized for their exemplary work over the past year. Hicken praised the record clear-up rate as a testament to all-time hard work and a reflection of the force's ongoing transformation. He urged all ranks to uphold their integrity, professionalism, and dedication in serving the public. The commissioner attributed the success to enhanced real-time intelligence capabilities, enabling officers to respond swiftly to emerging threats. He also announced the establishment of 5 new command centers across the country, with Regions 3 and 6 already fully operational, while Regions 5, 8, and 10 are expected to be online soon. To further bolster their efforts, the police force has procured 120 new vehicles and vessels, aimed at ensuring faster and more reliable responses to incidents nationwide. Emphasizing the GPF's zero-tolerance policy towards misconduct, Hicken revealed that in 2025, a total of 20 police ranks were charged and brought before the court. The GPF continues to strive for improved safety and security for all citizens as part of their mission to enhance community trust and collaboration. Fatal accident in Berbice claims life of 30-year-old passenger. Police are currently investigating a tragic accident that resulted in the death of 30-year-old Devendra Sidney from Bushlot Village. The incident occurred late Thursday night, around 11:20 p.m., along the Alness Public Road in Quarantine, Berbice. According to reports, Sidney was a passenger in a motorcar, identified as PWW 6986, driven by a 31-year-old man from John's Settlement. The vehicle was reportedly speeding when the driver lost control, causing it to overturn. As a result, Sidney was thrown onto the southern parapet, while the car came to a halt on a nearby bridge. Both individuals sustained injuries and were transported to the Port Morant Public Hospital by Good Samaritans. Unfortunately, Sidney was pronounced dead upon arrival, and his body has since been taken to Ramu's funeral home for a post-mortem examination. The driver was treated for bruises and remains in the hospital. A breathalyzer test conducted on the driver yielded readings of 77 and 74 micrograms, indicating possible intoxication at the time of the accident. Police investigations are ongoing as they seek to determine the full circumstances surrounding the crash. Community members are left in shock as they remember Sydney and call for safety on the roads. Police report, woman charged with malicious damage to property in Monrepos. Rewati Kemridge, also known as Annie, a 43-year-old businesswoman, has been charged with malicious damage to property following an incident that occurred on Wednesday, December 3, 2025. Kemridge appeared in Sparendam Magistrates Court on Friday, December 5, 2025, at approximately 9:10 a.m. The charge, which violates Section 160 of the Criminal Law Offences Act, Chapter 801, was read to her. She pleaded not guilty to the charges and was subsequently granted bail set at $150,000 GYD. The case has been adjourned, with the next court appearance scheduled for January 26, 2026. The details surrounding the alleged incident remain under investigation as the legal proceedings continue. Two teenagers granted bail in Macdoom robbery case. Big Smith News Watch reports, two teenagers, Jason Titus and Judah Jordan, have been placed on bail after appearing before the Georgetown Magistrates Court, charged in connection with a robbery that occurred in Macdoom, Greater Georgetown. The teens appeared virtually before Acting Chief Magistrate Faith McGusty on Wednesday, where both denied the allegations against them. According to the charge, on November 30, 2025, the pair allegedly robbed Dwayne Barton of $434,329 in cash and fled the scene on a motorcycle. Attorney Stacey Goodings, representing Titus, noted that her client, 19, is a student at the Guyana Industrial Training Center and resides in Albertown, Georgetown. She stated that Titus' mother, who lives in Gedverwagding, East Coast Demerara, is willing to ensure her son's attendance at all hearings. Goodings emphasized that Titus does not possess a passport and firmly denies the allegations. Jordan spoke on his own behalf, informing the magistrate that he is employed as a pump attendant and resides in Charlestown, Georgetown. Prosecutor Cadogan opposed bail for both defendants, citing an increase in robbery cases during the Christmas season. He argued that Jordan allegedly recruited Titus for the crime and mentioned that a substantial amount of cash was recovered from Jordan upon their apprehension. The prosecutor also noted that investigators had obtained video footage of the robbery. In response, Goodings argued that the prosecution's concerns were not sufficient to deny bail. She proposed that the court could impose strict conditions if necessary, asserting that there was no evidence suggesting Titus would not return for further court proceedings. After considering the submissions and the ages of the accused, Acting Chief Magistrate McGusty granted each teen $200,000 bail. They are required to report to the Agricola Police Outpost every Friday between 4 p.m. and 5 p.m. The case is set to be called again on January 14, 2026. AFC urges Speaker to convene meeting for election of opposition leader. The Alliance for Change, AFC, has joined growing calls for Speaker of the National Assembly, Mansour Nadir, to convene the necessary meeting for the election of the leader of the opposition. In a statement issued on Thursday, the AFC emphasized the importance of adhering to the Constitution of Guyana, urging the Speaker to act according to the law. The provisions of our Constitution are regarded as sacrosanct and are not to be trifled with, ignored, or whimsically reinterpreted, the party stated. They expressed concern that, after nearly 60 years of independence and constitutional governance, the straightforward task of calling a meeting of elected members of parliament in the opposition is being mishandled. The AFC referenced Article 184 of the Constitution, which mandates the Speaker to convene a meeting of opposition members of Parliament to elect their leader. The role of the Speaker is, at best, perfunctory. He has only to convene the meeting and not get involved or embroiled any further, the AFC noted. While the Constitution does not specify a timeline for this meeting, the party argued that it should have occurred within a reasonable timeframe following the convening of Parliament after the general and regional elections. Clerk of the National Assembly, Sherlock Isaacs, acknowledged that while the Constitution outlines the procedure for electing an opposition leader, it does not dictate when the meeting must take place, leaving the decision to the Speaker's discretion. Currently, 3 opposition parties hold seats in the National Assembly. We Invest in Nationhood, WIN, with 16 seats, a Partnership for National Unity, APNU, with 12 seats, and Forward Movement Guyana, FGM, with 1 seat. Azruddin Mohammed of WIN is expected to be the presumed leader of the opposition, but the AFC insists that convening the meeting is crucial for allowing MPs to get on with their business and restore democratic normalcy. The 13th Parliament convened in early November, during which government and opposition MPs took their oaths. However, since then, no date has been announced for the Speaker to preside over the meeting to elect the opposition leader. President Irfan Ali recently stated that the Speaker is currently out of the country, delaying the election further. This remark came amid threats of legal action from WIN over the ongoing delay in the election process. APNU calls for increased cash grants to address economic challenges. The A Partnership for National Unity, APNU, has officially challenged the government to raise cash grants for citizens aged 18 and older to no less than $150,000. This call comes amid concerns about the economic challenges faced by many Guyanese, particularly those living in poverty. At a press conference today, APNU parliamentary leader Dr. Terence Campbell emphasized the urgent need for increased financial support, particularly as the Christmas season approaches. Citizens require this Christmas relief to cope with rising living costs and poor infrastructure, which heighten stress for vulnerable, hinterland, rural, and struggling citizens, he stated. Earlier in the year, President Irfan Ali hinted at the possibility of a second cash grant tranche in time for Christmas. However, with just 20 days remaining before the holidays, no official announcement has been made regarding additional grants. Dr. Campbell's proposal estimates that approximately 604,000 citizens will qualify for the cash grant by December 2025. He highlighted that a grant of $150,000 per citizen would result in a total expenditure of $90.6 billion, which he characterized as a manageable percentage of the government's projected total revenues. He argued that the proposed cash grant would provide critical support to those struggling to meet basic needs while simultaneously stimulating the local economy. The cash grant is essential for those struggling with basic needs. It will provide immediate support and enhance their quality of life, Dr. Campbell explained. This infusion of cash can stimulate demand across various sectors, promoting job creation and economic revitalization. Dr. Campbell urged the government to view the cash grant not merely as an expenditure but as an investment in the well-being of citizens. He called on the government to approach Parliament as soon as possible to initiate the approval process for the proposed cash transfer, ensuring timely disbursement to those in need. Attorney General addresses concerns over election fraud trials. Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs, Anil Nandlal SC, has responded to public frustrations regarding the prolonged delays in the election fraud trials, firmly stating that the government is not responsible for the slow pace of judicial proceedings. During his weekly program, Issues in the News, Nandlal noted that many citizens have expressed their disappointment and have blamed the government for the ongoing delays in the cases. Let me tell you on behalf of the government that we are equally disappointed. We feel they should have been completed a long time ago, he remarked. He emphasized the independence of the judiciary, stating, Governments do not influence or control the processes of the judiciary. The Constitution of our country and the doctrine of separation of powers insulate the judiciary, and properly so, from any form of governmental influence or control. Nanlal also addressed accusations directed toward him personally regarding the trial's progress, asserting, "I will never attempt to influence any judicial or magisterial outcome, and I have no authority to do so." While acknowledging the slow pace of the legal system, Nanlal highlighted that there has been progress, with several hearing dates now established. Several dates have been set during the month of February for those charges to continue to be heard. The important thing is that progress is being made. The trials are actually ongoing, he stated. Despite the system's sluggishness, Nanlal expressed hope that the matters will reach a lawful conclusion soon. The system is slow, but let us hope the matters are concluded early, in accordance with the law, and that the outcome is one supported by law. His comments come as the public continues to seek transparency and accountability in the ongoing trials related to the elections. Minister of Home Affairs calls for integrity and excellence at GPF Christmas Awards ceremony. Minister of Home Affairs, Wanij Walrond, delivered a poignant address on leadership and accountability during the Guyana Police Forces, GPF, annual Christmas Awards ceremony on Friday. The event honors officers for their commendable performances throughout the year. In policing, courage isn't just about confronting threats. It's in the quiet, deliberate decisions officers make every day, decisions to act with integrity, fairness, restraint, and dignity. Minister Walrond remarked to the Assembly of Police Ranks, acknowledging the increasing challenges faced by the force in a rapidly developing country. Walrond highlighted that leadership is not limited to senior ranks. Leadership must be visible at every outpost, every patrol, in every call for service, and in every interaction with the public, she emphasized, underlining the significance of maintaining public trust. One act of misconduct can undo months of hard work, yet one act of honesty and compassion can restore the confidence of an entire community, Walrond stated, setting a tone for high standards within the force. She reiterated a strong zero-tolerance policy for malpractice or any behavior that tarnishes the police uniform. Every officer must commit to the highest standard of integrity, accountability, and service. The people of Guyana deserve nothing less, she affirmed. As the country experiences unprecedented economic growth, Walrond noted that criminal networks are becoming increasingly organized and adaptable. Responding to these challenges, she asserted that the police force must be modern, well-equipped, technology-driven, and unwavering in its professionalism. In her concluding remarks, the minister called for sustained excellence among police ranks, reminding them, excellence is not an occasional act. It is a habit, a culture, a commitment demonstrated consistently over time. Walrond's message underscored the vital role of integrity and professionalism in fostering a safer community as the GPF continues to evolve in response to the changing landscape of crime and public safety in Guyana. Ministry of Human Services addresses concerns over newborns' removal from New Amsterdam Hospital. The Ministry of Human Services and Social Security has issued a clarification regarding the removal of a newborn from New Amsterdam Hospital amid concerns from the family. The ministry emphasizes that the family was engaged throughout the process, and all actions taken were aimed at safeguarding the infant's health and safety. The Child Care and Protection Agency, CPA, initiated an assessment after medical staff observed signs of developmental delays in both the baby's mother and maternal grandmother. In accordance with standard safeguarding procedures, the CPA began a thorough investigation into the circumstances surrounding the newborn. During home visits to the family's residence in Port Morant, officers discovered severely unsanitary living conditions. Despite providing guidance and discussing the need for a safe environment multiple times, the conditions did not improve. Ongoing evaluations indicated that the family heavily depends on neighbors for daily support, underscoring their vulnerabilities. Additionally, the maternal grandmother reported her own health issues, requiring weekly hospital visits. The CPA stated that it met with the family on several occasions to express concerns, outline necessary steps for improvement, and discuss the potential for temporary alternative care if conditions did not change. Although kinship care options were considered, the proposed individuals were either strangers or not capable of providing safe care for the child. Medical staff from New Amsterdam Hospital advised that prolonged hospitalization could put the infant at risk of infection. With no suitable caregiver identified and unsafe home conditions persisting, the CPA made the decision for temporary placement of the baby. The ministry noted that both CPA officers and hospital staff encouraged the family to engage with the WIM probation office during the process, but the family did not comply. On the day of discharge, attempts to contact the mother and grandmother were made through multiple channels but proved unsuccessful. The ministry emphasized that all reasonable efforts were made to reach the family before the child's discharge. The newborn is now in the protective care of the CPA, with a focus on prioritizing the child's safety and development. The ministry remains committed to collaborating with the family to improve their living conditions, aiming for reunification when a safe environment is established. Reaffirming its dedication to professionalism, compassion, and transparency in matters of child welfare, the ministry reiterated that its primary responsibility is ensuring no child is placed in an unsafe environment. GPF hosts Christmas Awards ceremony. The Guyana Police Force, GPF, celebrated its members' dedication and hard work during the annual Christmas Awards ceremony held on December 5, 2025, at the Police Officers' Messenex, Police Headquarters, Eve Leary. This year's event showcased over $226.9 million in cash and awards presented for outstanding performance. The ceremony was chaired by Deputy Commissioner of Administration, Mr. Ravindrat Budram, who underscored the core purpose of policing. He stated, "We serve with courage, we protect with integrity, and we stand as the protectors of law and order and the people of Guyana." His remarks resonated with the spirit of the event, recognizing those who embody these values daily. Commissioner of Police Clifton Hicken delivered the feature address, emphasizing the force's commitment to continuous growth and modernization. He noted a significant shift toward technology-driven enforcement in 2025, citing the installation of 30 speed cameras and the Safe Roads Intelligence System. This shift led to a dramatic increase in compliance, with electronic ticketing rising from 837 in 2024 to 24,793 in 2025, even as fatal accidents saw only a slight increase of 2%. Overall accidents, however, decreased by 15%, indicating that strategic enforcement and educational initiatives are proving effective. Hicken highlighted substantial progress in crime-fighting efforts, revealing that serious crimes had decreased by 25.22%, with a clear-up rate of 61.76%. This success was attributed to proactive policing and the establishment of real-time intelligence committees across all divisions, enhancing the force's capacity to detect and prevent threats. Honorable Wonage Walrond, MP, Minister of Home Affairs, also addressed the gathering, emphasizing the government's ongoing investment in the GPF. Under the leadership of President Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali, she noted the delivery of 37 new and upgraded police facilities across the regions, along with 5 new command centers, which significantly enhance infrastructure, mobility, and operational capacity. These investments are not symbolic. They are built so that you can serve from safe, functional, modern environments and deliver policing that matches the pace and expectations of a rapidly developing nation, Walron stated. The ceremony recognized notable achievements, particularly in the Criminal Investigations Department, which excelled in removing drugs, guns, and ammunition from the streets, as well as solving major crimes. The Narcotics Branch received over $4 million in cash incentives, and youth groups across all regional divisions were also honored. Among the awards, the coveted Best Cop Award was presented to Deputy Superintendent Fiona Fredericks, head of the Narcotics Branch. Assistant Superintendent Johan Henry of the Criminal Investigations Department Regional Division Number 6, was named the first runner-up. The Sportsman of the Year award went to Mr. Quentin Sampson, while Sportswoman of the Year was awarded to Ms. Aaliyah Moore. The ceremony served not only as a recognition of past achievements, but as motivation for continued excellence in service to the nation. Win political party raises concerns over Eccles Community Ball Field corruption. In a recent statement, the We Invest in Nationhood, Win political party has expressed deep concern over what it describes as blatant corruption and abuse of authority by the People's Progressive Party, PPP, in relation to the Eccles Community Ball Field. The party argues that the PPP's actions reflect entrenched corruption and backdoor dealings surrounding public land. Today, Win representatives, accompanied by Mr. Mohammed, visited the Eccles Community Ball Field, a site designated for public use since 2018, as confirmed by the official community map distributed to residents. The map specifies the ball field's dimensions as 404 feet in length, but measurements taken by the Win team revealed a drastically reduced size of only 274 feet, indicating a loss of approximately 30% of the originally allocated land. This land has been quietly cut down and fenced off without notice, harming the community it was intended to serve, stated a Win spokesperson. The fencing, they noted, does not align with the original boundary lines, leading to the encroachment of multiple business structures and leaving parts of the plot unused except for occasional clearing by unidentified individuals. Residents voiced serious concerns about the impact of these developments, including persistent noise pollution from nearby businesses, damage to local roads from heavy trucks, and the alarming sight of containers and construction materials stored close to their homes. Many residents recalled being informed that the land would be utilized for essential community services like a health post or police station, promises that were never fulfilled. Instead, the land remains under central government control, raising troubling questions regarding how public recreational space has been repurposed for private commercial interests. Community members believe that undisclosed runnings and directives facilitated the subdivision and disposal of land meant for public benefit. In response to these revelations, Win is demanding accountability from the relevant authorities, urging them to disclose who approved the fencing and subdivision of the Eccles Community Ball Field, explain the authority under which businesses were allowed to occupy land designated for public use, publish the official status, ownership, and intended use of the entire plot to restore transparency to the process. Consult with the residents of Eccles, who are the rightful intended beneficiaries of this community space. The call for answers highlights the community's growing demand for transparency and responsible governance regarding public resources. As this situation unfolds, the residents and Win stand united in their quest for clarity and justice. Vendors express concerns amid progress of Stabroek Market beautification project. News source Guyana reports the beautification project at Stabroek Market Square is underway, but vendors are left apprehensive about the implications for their businesses. The initiative includes the installation of a Christmas tree at the market center, an elevated platform for commuters, and designated areas for vendors and local creatives. During a recent visit by news source, construction workers could be seen compacting the site, which has been cordoned off from both commuters and vendors. The contractor on site declined to offer any updates or comments on the project status. Despite the ongoing construction, vendors continue to operate on the periphery of the project area. Kevin Messiah, who has sold coconut water at the Stabroek Market Square since 2013, expressed skepticism despite assurances from the local government minister about securing a vending booth post-construction. Until it happens, I can't believe it. I'm still waiting patiently, Messiah said. He shared his reliance on his business for financial stability, stating, I got to hustle. I can't stop hustling. I've invested a lot, and I have bills to pay. Another vendor, Tracy Accra, who sells mobile credits and MMG, voiced support for the city's beautification efforts but emphasized the need for clarity regarding vendor placements. I'm not against the beautification. That's actually good. But there were no clarifications when they started this project. As long as I can vend and other vendors can sell, that's my main concern, Accra articulated. Deborah Gordon, who has been selling at the square for 20 years, has been a presence at Stabroek Market since 1985. She acknowledged the positive aspect of the project, but criticized the lack of communication regarding vendor placements. Putting the vendors out without saying anything is very bad. I'd like to know if we are going back in or if they're bringing in others. It would be unfair otherwise, Gordon stated, emphasizing the need for a clearly defined vending location. Minister of Local Government and Regional Development, Priya Manikchand, reassured vendors that they would not be removed during the project. However, she indicated that the beautification campaign aims to bring structure to public spaces, including markets. City Mayor Alfred Mentor, who supports the program, acknowledged in a recent interview that development comes with challenges. He admitted that the City Council and the local government ministry need to improve communication with vendors regarding the project's implementation. As the beautification project progresses, vendors remain hopeful yet cautious, eagerly awaiting clarity on their future positions in the market.